Welcome back for day 20. If you're watching this in real time, a pretty historic day, January 20th, 2021. So tonight we'll focus our intention on being hopeful, hopeful for the future, hopeful for what is to come. To me, hope is seeing the light even when you feel like you're surrounded by darkness, seeing that light. And I think that's how we all felt today. So I think that's what we'll bring to the mat. I'll see you there. So, welcome back for day 20. Tonight, we'll focus on being hopeful as our intention. I think you all probably are feeling already. And even if you're not practicing this in real time and it's a few days or a few weeks later, you can still focus that intention on being hopeful for your future and all that it has to offer. So we'll start lying down. If you have a blanket, I would encourage you tonight. We're going to start just being kind of comfy. So roll it up and make yourself like a little neck roll. And come all the way down onto your back. And let that blanket support you under your neck, unless that doesn't feel good, in which case, if it feels better to just lie flat on the floor, that's fine too. I like a little supported neck roll. And start to let your body settle in, start to focus in on the breath. Let go of all the tension, the stress, the worry. Tonight we are focusing on being hopeful for the future, for yourself, for our country. And let the shoulders come down and back. Let them get heavy on the yoga mat. And do a little check-in here. Where are you holding on to tension? What are you bringing with you tonight? What can you let go of in your practice? And try not to focus on the to-dos for tomorrow, right? So saying that you're focusing on being hopeful for the future does not mean to start going through all of the things that you still feel like you need to accomplish in the future. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to be hopeful for this, to be grateful for this present moment and hopeful for what that future has to offer. Or maybe one over your belly, one over your heart. And really feel the inhale as you breathe in. Feel the rib cage expand. And as you exhale, try to let go of the stuff, the busy. When you're ready, we're going to start with some movement on the right side. So you're going to bring that right knee up towards your shoulder and in. And then start to make some circles. So you're holding onto that right knee with your right hand and just making circles with that knee. Start small. Left leg is extended, left foot is flexed. And you can start to make the circles bigger. It helps me here to keep a hand over my abdomen just to make sure I'm not lifting up as I'm making these circles. And you can reverse your circles. And you can try to sync them up with your breath. So maybe inhale, bring it up, exhale, bring it down, whatever works for you, but try to really be cohesive with the breath and the movement. And we're going to bring it right into a twist. So taking that right knee with your left hand, come all the way over into a supine twist. So rolling over onto that left side. Right arm extends out and the gaze can go to the right. And then inhale, bring it all the way back up to center. And then we'll just let that right leg come down and we're switching sides. So if you got a little crooked, just straighten yourself out and then bring it on over to the left so that left knee comes up toward the shoulder and in. And then start to make those circles. And you might notice that one side is significantly tighter than the other. So these are the things you want to notice. This is sort of what you want to pay attention to, is where is your body telling you that you need to spend some time? Use the breath, use the movement. Maybe reverse your circles. Right leg is extended, right foot is flexed. And then we're going to take it into a twist here. So you're going to grab onto that left knee with your right hand and letting that left knee come all the way over toward the floor. Gaze goes to the left and extending that left arm out. And again, try to let everything get heavy here. And then inhale, back up to center. Bring both knees in and then remove that neck roll if you have one there. Just push it out of the way. Come all the way back onto your back now. And you're going to let the knees come down toward the shoulders, coming into happy baby. So some of these, if you're following along with the videos, some of these are going to start to feel familiar to you. So hands where it feels good, behind the shins, on the sides of the feet. You can make a yoga toe lock with the peace fingers around the big toe. But what you're aiming for is where you can start to use your breath to just guide those knees even just a little bit further toward the floor. Keeping the spine straight, the neck long. You can rock back and forth on the tailbone if that feels good, or maybe it feels good to you today to find some stillness. Come back to the breath. Try not to hold this as you're exhaling. You're just gently guiding those knees down toward the floor a little further. And then keeping that left knee bent in half happy baby, we're going to extend the right leg. So we did this previously, but we're just going to play with this again. Extend that right leg out, keeping the foot flexed. Just see how it feels. And start to lower it toward the floor while also guiding it up toward your shoulder. You're going to find that sweet spot. Maybe you grab your toe here. And breathe. Again, try not to hold here. Breathing through the discomfort with your intention of being hopeful. One more big breath. And wherever you are, bring that knee in now, back into your half happy baby. And we're switching sides. So your half happy baby on the right now, extending that left leg out. And play with it. Put your hand where you need to for support. Guide it down toward the floor and gently up toward your shoulder. Maybe you grab your toes. Maybe you're nowhere near your toes. Maybe you still have quite a bit of a bend in your knee. But the purpose is to work toward this, not to magically get into it. It's a process. It's a practice. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with the practice. Be hopeful for your future. Have faith that the universe is guiding you. One more really big inhale and really big exhale here. And then bring both knees in. Give yourself a squeeze and maybe tuck that chin up and toward your knees now. Just stretching out the back of the neck. And then we're going to take a little rock up just to transition over onto hands and knees. So finding your tabletop position, we'll take some cat-cows here. So set yourself up first. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Imagine that your back is one long straight line. And then inhale, drop the belly, chin comes up, tailbone comes up. Exhale, round it out. We're going to come right into some movement with these. Inhale, drop that right hip down toward your right foot. Stretch it out here. Back up to center. Same thing. Take a cat-cow. And then again, coming right into a little movement here, drop that left hip all the way back toward your foot and stretch it out. Back up to center and then make some circles this way. So maybe you drop the right hip down, come toward the left and bring it forward and then sync it up with your breath. So inhale back, exhale forward. Maybe close your eyes and just feel this out. And reverse, so go the opposite direction, coming back into the left and rounding out toward the right. And then come back to center, find some stillness. Tuck the toes, push all the way up into downward facing dog. Maybe come up onto your toes and stretch the toes here. And breathe. We'll walk the feet forward, coming into a forward fold at the top of your mat. And then take this generously. So take a bend in your knees if you need to. Really let everything hang. Drop the arms. Drop everything down. Let your lower back release. Maybe shake side to side. And big long exhales here. Release all the stuff. We underestimate the power of a good forward fold. If you really release into it, really use the exhales, it can be a very cathartic pose. And by letting go of all of the stuff, we're making room for all of the goodness that's coming in the future, being hopeful about all of the things that are coming, all of the progress you're going to make. And then plant the palms, step it back into plank, and hold your plank. Zip everything up. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Push it up into down dog. Breathe. Pedal it out. And then do it again. Bring it forward into plank. You got this. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On the 1, push it up. Pedal it out. And then when you're ready, we're setting up for pigeon. And again, pigeon may not be your thing. And if that's the case, then feel free to take a figure 4 here as we have before. We're going to kick that right leg all the way up behind us, open the hip. And then exhale, knee between the palms. Let that left leg come all the way back as far as it will go. And instead of coming down, we're going to stay up here. Roll the shoulders down and back. And we're going to play with kicking that left leg up. Reach around behind you and see how close you can get to grabbing onto that foot. Maybe this is not for you, in which case stay here. And here you can even just skip this whole part and just take a little mini back bend here. Roll the shoulders down and back, lift the chin. And just open up your chest. It's nice to get a good heart opener here. Or go for the added stretch of reaching around behind. Maybe you reach the right arm out. Wherever you are, everything comes back down. Plant the palms. Tuck the toes on the left side. Push it all the way back up. Kick that right leg up. Open the hip. Bring that leg down. Switching sides. So take a moment. Set yourself up. And then we're lifting that left leg all the way up. Open the hip. And then exhale, knee between the palms. Right leg comes all the way back behind you. Roll the shoulders down and back. Lift the chin. And maybe this is your pose for tonight. Maybe you take a little back bend here. Or maybe play with that added stretch of kicking that right leg up. Reach around. See if you can grab that foot. And maybe extend that left arm up now. And breathe. Wherever you are. And then everything comes down. We'll push down into the palms. Tuck the toes on the right side. Kick that left leg all the way back up. Open that hip again. Bring that foot down. Walk it back up again. Take another forward fold here. And shake it out. Just maybe like really think about shaking out this whole year. I don't know, the imagery helps me sometimes. And then when you're ready, we're going to come down onto the knees. I'm going to set up facing the wall so that you can see me. We're setting up for our camel variation, whatever that variation is for you. So from here, you're up on your knees and you're going to take that moment to just roll the shoulders down and back. Check in with your core, your spine. Make sure everything is where you want it. Neck is long. Bring the hands to the tailbone area, right above it. Right where the spine meets your tailbone. Right in the middle of your lower back. So you're going to use this as a little area of support. And start to tilt back. Roll the shoulders back. Tilt the chin up. Open the chest. And this is already an intense sensation. So don't beat yourself up. If this is enough for you, then you're still getting the benefit of the stretch. This is a deep stretch. Maybe you start to let that left hand come down. Keeping that right hand there for support. Or maybe you let that right hand come down. And breathe. When you're ready, wherever you are, start to come up. If you did let your hands come down, start with one, put it back on the small of your back, and then the other. Use that to help support you. And we're coming down into hero posture because I'm not done with the heart openers yet. So hero, you're going to come all the way down between your legs if you can. And that is not comfortable for everyone. So if that does not feel good to you, then just come right up onto your knees. But it's a little different if you're able to come down in between your feet. And then we're going to play with this by leaning back into it. So bringing the arms behind you, rolling the shoulders down and back. Just start to walk the hands out behind you. Another nice heart opener. And then come back up and to counter stretch this. If you are in hero pose, come back up onto the tops of your feet. So you're in a regular kneeling posture here. And then bring the forearms forward, melt the heart down. Tailbone comes up, hips come up. And breathe. Be hopeful. One more really big, deep inhale, maybe the biggest one you've taken all day. Big exhale. And then drag the fingertips all the way back and find your easy seat. This is a nice before bed flow to do. And hopefully you're feeling hopeful today. And if you weren't, hopefully your yoga practice helped you to start to reset your mind and shift the way that you're seeing things. So bring the thumbs to the heart center. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.